Hello and welcome to Tantrum House Studio Awesome. I'm Katie.
And I'm Ryan. In this video, we will be showing you First Ascent. It is a 2 to 5 player game about rock climbing.
As a reminder, this video is made possible in part by our Kickstarter backers and by the makers of this game. We have a prototype copy, so let's take a look.
In First Ascent, each player will be a climber with asymmetric abilities. Each player will also be given 2 secret personal objective cards. Only 1 card will be able to be completed for points. There will also be 3 randomly selected shared goals that you're working towards. Each of these can be completed for points as well.
The board is set up with tiles that represent the mountain face. Each of the tiles has requirements for climbing that area. It also has the type of pitch, its name, and the points gained from climbing it. Each climber will play cards and then pay the required water or psych to move to that part of the mountain.
Skill cards might have technique symbols at the bottom that, if played as a set of 3, will give the player an extra 2-point token.
As a climber uses certain skill cards, they will accumulate and then can be traded in for earned asset tokens that can give you one of that skill that can be used on future tiles.
A climber who rests passes their turn to gain more water, psych, or to draw specific card types from the portal edge. Everyone who climbs will get to draw 3 cards at the end of each round from the spread or from the deck.
As a climber moves into a new tile, they lay down one of their ropes. If another player also wants to use that tile, they can pay 1 less card or resource, but they will receive 1 less point for that tile.
If a climber doesn't have everything they need to make the climb, if they're 1 short, they can take a risk and roll a die to see if they can push on through. At the end of each turn, a player that climbed has to draw and resolve a climbing card. These cards often hold a choice for the player to make. Sometimes these are good for everyone or a bad thing that might happen.
The game ends when one player has used all of their ropes and has climbed 8 pitches. So, of course, this game is about rock climbing, and it includes a whole bunch of info about climbing skills and gear and pitches, all sorts of things I had no idea about.
Yeah, it has some very specific climber lingo. I'm assuming, I'm not into the rock climbing crowd, but there's a whole glossary in the back of the rulebook that we got that kind of walks you through what that means. You know, what is a traverse, what is a beta, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and a huge part of this game is planning your route. So you want to be picking things for points or to hit specific goals, hopefully both. So finding from the get-go, kind of the path you need to take to hit the most points and hit your goals, that's really a lot of what this game is about.
Yeah, there's a lot of taking risks and making sure you have what you need to deal with the climbing cards that you end up drawing. If you want to play a little bit of an easier or simplified game, there's also what they call guide mode rules in the back of the book that kind of streamlines things and leaves out some phases, gives you just the core nugget of the game.
Yes. Another big aspect of the game is getting all of the extra little points that you can gain from different things, like the extra 2-point tokens that you get when you match the little symbols. And that is a kind of a game changer because you don't think those are going to add up, but with the amount of times you can get those during the game, they're pretty important to pay attention to. So this is a game that is coming to Kickstarter in June of 2021. If this sounds of interest to you, please check it out. And please subscribe to Tantrum House for more board gaming content.
In First Ascent,
I'm going to have to redo that part because I'm just like, done. just didn't
That's
go
fine.
on. I don't know what it is.